Hey guys, what's happening? It's Richard here. Welcome to our Dark Knight Rises review here on Comics. I'm so excited to finally have this movie out in theaters. It's my most anticipated movie of the summer, and even more so, I am incredibly excited to finally see the return of my good friend Carter. So real quickly, here's Carter.
Thank you, Richard, and hello everybody. Long time no see. I'm very happy to be back. I was in Rhode Island, and I was in Indianapolis, and I was in Comic-Con, which was awesome. We'll have a video on that this weekend. But yeah, I'm back. Let's get down to business and talk about The Dark Knight Rises.
Alright everybody, let's review this biatch. I'm never doing that again. Never. Because we want this review to be spoiler free, we're not going to tell you anything about the plot, nothing like that. We're just going to get straight to the review.
Okay, so there was a lot riding on this movie, seeing how this is the follow-up to what is considered the greatest comic book movie of all time. People were worried that it couldn't top it because, I mean, how can you top Heath Ledger's Joker? And the bottom line is that it didn't. It didn't top The Dark Knight, but I don't think it could have. What it did do was provide a very satisfying, epic conclusion to one of the best film trilogies of all time.
So without beating around the bush, I'm just going to tell you flat out right now, I freaking loved this movie. First thing I'll mention is the performances. The performances across the board were all phenomenal. Did I say phenomenal? Phenomenal. Not phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Bane is the main bad guy, as you know. He was completely menacing.
I will say though, one thing about Bane, I can see Bane purists maybe getting a little, antsy because it's like, oh, it's not Bane, this isn't from the comics, blah, 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 blah. Well, how about this? I'm gonna give you a decision. Of all the live action portrayals of Bane, you can have one of two. You can either have the awesome portrayal from The Dark Knight Rises, or the dude from Batman and Robin. Your call. Now, Tom Hardy did an amazing job, especially with his eyes. When an actor is basically covered, like this and this is covered, all you really have is the eyes, and that was the performance right there. And Anne Hathaway, she was just, oh my god, she was pitch perfect as Selena Kyle.
Anne Hathaway, who a lot of people were kind of skeptical about playing Catwoman, completely owned it. I thought that she was awesome in it. One of my favorite parts of this movie was Christian Bale. Bruce Wayne, out of all three Dark Knight movies, I like Bruce Wayne the most in this one.
I mean, not to diminish his previous performances as Batman or anything like that, because he did a great job in Begins and Dark Knight, but this performance, in my opinion, solidifies the fact that Christian Bale is forever going to be the best live-action Batman. I know people are going to argue with that, dispute that. I know my mom, when she watches this, is going to argue that to death and annoy me with it. But based on this particular performance, this is case in point why Christian Bale is the best live-action Batman. In my eyes. He's
likable, he's funny, you really feel for him. This is an emotional movie, probably also more so than the other two. But yeah, Christian Bale really, in my mind, actually kind of owns this movie, which I don't know if a lot of people agree with me on that, but I think he was my favorite part of this movie. If I had to say anything bad about the movie, the plot was, it was a little bit predictable. And you might not have this problem if you're not really big into Batman mythology and Batman lore, but there's some stuff in this that they try to get past you and then surprise you later on by saying, oh, that's not actually true. But if you know your Batman stuff, as soon as they say that, you're like, well, that's not true. This is what's going to happen at the end of the movie.
The film is kind of predictable, but in a good sense, if that makes any sense. I mean, I basically predicted almost every single story beat for this movie a year ago. And I say it's predictable in a good way because when I guessed how the movie was going to play out, it was basically me saying I want it to play out this way, as opposed to me saying it's probably going to play out this way.
But pretty much everything was just great. It was a really good movie. The ending is perfect. So yeah, it's a great movie. The whole thing looked spectacular. I didn't even get to see it in IMAX, but it was just shot very well.
Action-wise, this movie was huge. It was just enormous. I mean, there was so much crazy stuff going on. The fight scenes were so much more brutal, so much more crazy this time around. And with a villain like Bane thrown into the mix, it's come to be expected.
Just on a comparative level with the other two movies, I'm gonna have to give this one a 4 out of 5 because I'd probably give Batman Begins a 4.5 and The Dark Knight a 5. But it's very solid. It's a really good movie, so definitely go check it out.
So overall, I'm gonna give The Dark Knight Rises a 4.5 out of 5. In comparison to the other films in the franchise, I don't think it's as good as The Dark Knight, which You know, if your favorite of the franchise is The Dark Knight, I don't think any of you should be expecting it to be better than The Dark Knight. But I thought it was a lot better than Batman Begins. And in the end, it gave us exactly what Christopher Nolan wanted to give to us, an ending to his Batman story. It's an amazing trilogy of films. And I can definitely see this one going down in history as one of the greatest film trilogies. Not just one of the greatest superhero trilogies, one of the greatest film trilogies of all time. But anyways, that's about it for us. A couple of things we want to talk about before you go, so stay put, stay put. First things first, Carter said he should be uploading his Comic-Con video tomorrow, so you're gonna get 2 videos from us this week, 2. And in the comment section below, what is your favorite installment of the Batman franchise? Is it Batman Begins? Is it The Dark Knight? Is it The Dark Knight Rises? What's your favorite of the 3? Tell us in the comments. We want to know. And as always, don't forget to like this video, follow Carter and I on Facebook, Twitter, and directorscutradio.com. Links down below. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, favorite the video if you want to, and please, 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 if you decide to go to the movies this weekend, or do anything this weekend, be safe, be positive, and have the best damn time you can. We love you guys, and we love you for watching. Bye.